I mean, like 3 years before that, I was living on a air mattress, so it's kind of crazy to see how that shit just catapults real quick as long as you put in the work.
The original Netflix documentary, Homecoming, a film by Beyonce, shot at Coachella Festival, won Grammy and the Best Music Film. I guess you were part of the crew, right? You were director of photography on that project.
I was a movie operator. I did a lot of behind the scenes documenting, and I ran a movie for the Steadicam shots, like all the performance stuff.
Right. So upon the release of just the trailer of the film, it was watched, I believe, 16.6 million times across all the Netflix social media accounts, as well as Beyonce's Facebook page, just within first 24 hours. According to Netflix, it was the fourth most popular documentary in 2019 on the platform. Many publications, including the Washington Post and The Guardian, named Homecoming one of the greatest concert films of all time.
Damn.
What was your experience like working on it? How did it come about? And what were the challenges and what you've learned about yourself working on this project?
I didn't know most of the stats, but that's really cool. I mean, my experience, getting involved, I got looped in through a friend of a friend, basically recommended me, and kind of I went to a tryout, and I got to shoot with during a rehearsal day and kind of show them what I was capable of doing, and they liked it, so they started inviting me back, and things got into motion. And I didn't know it was for Coachella right away. But once I found that out, I realized how much preparation was going to go into this, and I wanted to be on my A game. So I just tried to deliver every single day and make sure I could stay. It's kind of like in America, you have like football, which is so funny that I'm tying this analogy to it, because I'm the worst like sports fan ever and don't know shit about football. But I know that you make a cut, right? And you want to be on the starting team. And if you don't, you can get cut, and then eventually you're just off the team and you lose your money and you lose your opportunity to become a pro football player. It's the same thing with that. Like, I came and I really wanted to make sure I could stay a part of the team, and I just worked so hard and I tried my best, and her team was really receptive and they were awesome to work with, and they kept me on. And the role from kind of documenting the process switched to me starting to do like the Steadicam work, I had a Ronin. I had the Ronin S. No, what was I using? The M. I had the Ronin M, and I was just testing some shots, and they liked it, and that turned into me kind of swapping out with the Steadicam operator. They didn't have him there yet, and so I started shooting that stuff, and it was just really cool to have. I just believed in something and I tried it, and people saw it and accepted it, and it turned into something way bigger. The next thing you know, months later, I'm starting the show off with me and Beyonce, and I'm walking to her through all these dancers, and I reveal her for the first time for the show, and then walk backwards and lead her to the stage. And that clip got shared so much, it was like unreal to me. Within that first day, people were going nuts, and it was really cool to be a part of it. It was awesome. That I know I'm skimming over it, but it's just like such a surreal job opportunity, I mean, like 3 years before that, I was living on a air mattress, so it's kind of crazy to see how that shit just catapults real quick as long as you put in the work.
Exactly. I can imagine. What was like the biggest insight you got from that experience for yourself personally?
Biggest insight, I would say, is I think it's really knowing that you can push yourself. I think that I saw not only Beyonce, but I saw 100 dancers, 100 band members. Like we had a really large performance with people from all over the world coming together to make this thing happen. And every single person, from production to the staff at her company to be herself, really pushed themselves. And I wasn't going to go half-ass like that. I went as hard as I possibly could. I mean, I'm holding this really heavy camera all day long. Sometimes we'd have long days and you're auditioning shots and stuff, and it can really like be strenuous on your body. And I pushed through it. Like, I did whatever it took to make sure I delivered. And I think that taught me that my capabilities go beyond what you think. I just had a project not too long ago for the NFL and EA Sports for Madden, and it was like the quickest turnaround to deliver an hour-long TV series or a pre-show game for the NFL. And so I had to package an hour of content within like 5 days with 30 plus talent from all around the US. And I'm directing through Zoom, and we're editing all in the office. We had 4 editors. We're just like working around the clock.
Insane.
And I didn't sleep for 4 days. Insane. So coming from Coachella and working so hard, it's like it builds up that muscle to be able to take on challenges that sometimes seem impossible. But I literally didn't sleep for 4 days. And there's something about how you can unlock that in your body to make sure you just do whatever it takes to get the job done.
Right.
I think that's something that you can notice in creatives, and that turns me on to creators, because I can tell that there's other people out there that are like me that would push themselves that hard. And but it takes some learning lessons. And I think like that Coachella and every job before that, every time it made me better and last longer and try harder and so on and so forth.